Hello everyone, today is Halloween, which means that tomorrow is the first day of National Novel Writing Month. And if you're participating, I bet you are freaking out because I am, because there's lots of things going on today, and November always ends up crazier than you want it to be. Let's do this tag because the lovely Christina Horner made NaNoWriMo Tag, and I am a little bit shocked that we've never had one before. This has been a thing for a very long time. I've been doing this for a very long time, and we've just never had a NaNoWriMo tag. So let's do it. Question 1. How many times have you done NaNoWriMo? I've been doing NaNoWriMo since 2009, so this will be my 7th year attempting. Of the 6 years so far that I have done NaNoWriMo, I have only finished twice, and that was entirely my fault because I was in college and in school, and I am a very studious Ravenclaw. I was also on the water polo team, and we traveled during November because that was our season, so that was just a terrible decision. Question 2. How did you first find out about NaNoWriMo? This has, I think, one of two answers, and the first one is likely that it was from a Harry Potter forum that I was part of in high school, and that the people who were in the forum started talking about NaNoWriMo, and I was like, oh, that sounds like a good idea, I should do it. I remember the first year I tried very hard to convince a lot of my friends to do it too, and they just were like not into it. I guess they're not into writing like I am. Second option for how I got into NaNoWriMo was because I saw Christina Horner talking about it, and let's face it, I was gonna try to write a novel in a month. That sounded like a great idea. Question 3. What was the name of the first novel you attempted with Nano? So I actually don't name things. I hate naming things. I'm really bad at it. Characters, places, novels especially. I do not like naming things. I'm really bad at it. It takes me a very, very, very long time to finally come up with the name of something that I enjoy and that I like. The two novels that I have named, I say two, the one novel that I have named, I'm not even entirely sure if I like the name of it. So the first year I didn't name my novel. Question 4. Give us a one-sentence summary of what you'll be writing this year. I'm still a little bit undecided on which story I'm going to write. I do have summaries for the two that I am thinking of writing, so I'll give you both and maybe you can vote on them. Option 1. When an adventurous girl is thrown into the corruption of a secret legion, she must choose whether to opt out or help overthrow the current power structure in place. Option 2. In a world where every book is released with a guide, an ambitious reader must stop riots worldwide when a best-selling novel is published without one. I wrote those to sound like movie taglines because that was actually for my film screenwriting class in college. Yikes, hair. Question 5. What is the best piece of writing advice you've ever been given? I think the writing advice that I follow the most often is pretend that the backspace button doesn't exist and just keep going because you can always change it later. Another really good piece of advice that I get is just read all the time, read a lot, and figure out what you like to read because chances are that's what you're gonna like to write as well. Question 6. Did you ever take a year off from Nano? Why? The answer is I didn't, but I probably should have. 2 of my attempts are extraordinarily far less than the actual total. They were both my years at UCLA, and one of them is 2,000 words and the other one is 1,000 words. And those years I was just swamped with work and there was no way I could have written a novel. Question 7. What's your biggest inspiration when figuring out what to write? This is going to sound really cheesy, but honestly, it's my dreams. I have really crazy dreams sometimes and I always write them down because I want to remember them and I think they're really interesting. I write them down or I draw a picture from them. Question 8. Read us the first sentence from one of your novels. I'm going to assume you mean NaNoWriMo novels because that's what this is for. I'll read you the one from 2010, which is only 11,000 words long. I didn't finish it. Okay, so the sentence is, the pain is overwhelming. It envelops my entire being. And question 9, why do you love writing? I love writing because I love to tell stories. And telling stories in any form is my favorite thing to do, whether it's through a drawing or through writing. I really like telling stories and I really like getting feedback from them. And while it's really hard to get people to commit to read an entire novel that you've written. I love telling stories so much that I'm going to write whether or not people are going to read them. It's just my favorite thing to do. I do it in my spare time all the time. Actually, fun fact, in the month of October, I did write 50,000 words for a different story that I was writing. So hopefully this month will go just as well. I hope this month goes well for you too if you are attempting. If you are participating this year, feel free to add me on the NaNoWriMo website. The link is below, and we can keep track of how each other is doing during the month. And I'm sure we can probably try to keep each other sane. If you are here from NaNoWriMo and you're trying to get a break, good luck. I hope the word count is forever in your favor. And let's aim to win. Bye. I should film an entire video like this. How creepy would that be?